delete.
Okay.
But for some reason, you're bashing your own, and that hurts me.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
With us now, Democratic representative from Maryland and member of the Joint Economic Committee, Congressman Elijah Cummings.
He's from real America.
Yes, he is. Yesterday, Congressman Cummings introduced the Temporary Mortgage Assistance Act, legislation that would use TARP funds to provide short-term loans. Explain a little bit more, sir, about how that would work, and then I want to talk to you about stimulus money.
Basically, what we're trying to do, we've got a lot of people who are losing their homes throughout our country, and it's because what we've seen in our state of Maryland is that a lot of people are losing their jobs, and so even when they try to modify their loans, they still have problems. So basically, what this would do is use some of those TARP funds, you know, like the $68 billion that the banks are giving back after they claim we made them well. Use some of that money to give people temporary loans over a course of 18 months and help them with their mortgage payments, and actually be in the form of a loan, but it would be paid directly to the mortgage company. That would keep people in their houses, allow them to get a job as the economic efforts of the president work, and I do believe that they will work in spite of the things that you all have been saying this morning. And the fact is that that will allow mortgage companies to get their money. It will allow communities to remain intact without property values consistently going down as they are in Baltimore and Cleveland and other places. And it will allow people to stay in their homes, which is very significant. Well, people have to live somewhere.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do. Elijah, and by the way, we apologize for Lawrence O'Donnell. He's a right-wing tool.
Well,
but we're all cheering for the president and his economic plan. We hope things turn around. One of the questions, though, that we've been bringing up is Laura Tyson talking about the possibility of a second stimulus plan. Yesterday, Harry Reid said that only 10% of the stimulus money has been spent. Why do we write another huge check when we still have 90% of the money still out there that hasn't been spent from the first go-around?
Yeah, and that's my very point. We've got, you know, this stimulus bill was signed about 135 days ago. We still have a long way to go with the money, and I do believe that we will see this turnaround. It's consumer spending, retail spending is up. That says a lot, and that's the first time it's been up in 3 months, and I think that's very significant. And I think that, you know, and somebody in your panel said a few minutes ago, they were talking about health care and they were talking about all the efforts of the president. One of the things that people forget is that, and I've said it over and over again, Joe, people underestimate Barack Obama. They have underestimated this president over and over again.
Lawrence
starting with
seriously,
starting with
Lawrence, why do you hate the president, Lawrence? Why do you hate America?
No, I'm not saying he hates him. I'm saying he's underestimating him.
Before Iowa,
okay.
So I'm afraid I have not. I've not been in the underestimating business.
Congressman, just explain though some of the problems that the stimulus funds, well, that the problems in terms of the money going where it's supposed to go. Do you agree that there are glitches and that the money is not being used properly in many cases?
This morning we will be holding a hearing in Oversight and Government Reform where I'm a senior member, and we will talk about some of the possible glitches that are taking place. But the fact is that I think the stimulus money is being spent and is right on course. Our state of Maryland, we've done a terrific job with regard, and our Governor O'Malley has done a terrific job of getting the money out. There were many projects that were ready to roll. Some states were a little behind with regard to shovel-ready projects. Some of them are a little slow, but the fact is that we're getting out of the gate, and we have to keep in mind that this is a situation that our country has not faced in any recent time, and so it's a kind of an emergency situation. We're moving forward, and things are going to they're getting better, and they'll get better. But you know, you've got the leader on the Republican side going around saying he can't find jobs in his district, and then we point out that there are jobs right in his backyard. So I mean, that are being created because of this stimulus money, and I can show you article after article after article of jobs that are being produced.
Mike Barnicle's actually looking at an article right now. Mike, what are you getting at?
that here.
Congressman, actually, I'm looking at a full-page ad placed today in the New York Times by J.P. Morgan about mortgage modification. In the last 90 days alone, the bank says in the ad, we've helped 138,000 families stay in their homes by approving trial mortgage modifications. Since 2007, we've prevented 565,000 foreclosures. This is an ad from by J.P. Morgan in today's paper. Do you think, Congressman, the banks are doing enough to work in